Good morning, everyone. It's 2 degrees right now, 6 the high later today, almost 20 minutes past 7 o'clock, and Steffi Black is here. She is a kindness coach and a kindness advocate. Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to be here.
Great to have you here. It's actually Random Acts of Kindness Week, all through this week. It's so interesting to me when I looked at something like this and thought, first of all, we need to be told to be nice to each other. Is that where we've come to?
That's a good question. I think it just helps to emphasize what kindness does. We don't have to be told, but in our fast-paced, industrialized society, sometimes we forget to be kind. So in my work, I like to emphasize when I go into schools, what is kindness and how does it make you feel? And kids are surrounded by peers all day long. We put them in a room for 7 to 8 hours and expect everyone to be kind and get along, just like in a television studio. And does it always happen? Not always. So it's emphasizing what kindness can do, this week especially, across North America.
And how do you define kindness?
Kindness is compassionate being. It's thinking of others, not just yourself. It's what before you've probably heard that expression, is it before you say something, is it kind? Is it necessary? And it's sort of just teaching people to think about being kind in their interactions, in their daily interactions.
In your day-to-day, I guess, your day-to-day life, instead of talking about what random acts of kindness are, because I think we know what those are.
Sure.
What do you see that what kind of attitudes out there do you see that you're reacting to with this kindness week? Is it people forgetting to open the door when you're in a rush, you're trying to get to your subway or something like that?
I guess for me and for my fellow kindness coach Ivy Sims, how it started is I was doing kindness in my homes. On Shabbat, we're a Jewish family. I'd ask my kids to go to school. They go to a parochial school, Leo Beck, and character education is emphasized. And I thought, I should emphasize to my family how they treat others. So it was a reaction to that. Just everybody's rushing, go, go, go. How are we being as people and as kids? And then in the school, they're big on character education. So I started going in and talking to the kids about kindness and working on a curriculum with teachers and using the website Random Acts of Kindness as my base. So really is a reaction to kindness being important. And the site itself came in reaction to the phrase random acts of violence. Because is it random, right? Think about how you react, how you act every day.
Do you think our schools are unkind?
No, I don't. I think we have very good teachers and I think we have very good curriculums, but I think character education should always be emphasized. A recent study came out in Vancouver where they took 19 classrooms and they took kids from 9 to 11, and over a period of a month they asked them to perform 3 kind acts a week. Well, the tone of the classroom changed after that month. That study came out recently because all of a sudden the kids were taught pro-social values on a daily basis. So it's just stepping back from you're in school, but how are we treating each other in school?
No, there's something just so pure and kind about children because they don't necessarily know any different. And then when they go to school and they're faced with other social pressures, there's the peer pressure, there's the bullying. How do you teach them to combat the peer pressure to either bully or to not get involved to stop the bullying?
That's where the principal and the teachers are the experts. Myself as a kindness coach would just go in and emphasize pro-social values. So in Leo Beck they call it tzedakah. What are we doing as a class to give back? Are we doing a food drive? What are we doing to other kids when we play with them? Are we inviting kids that aren't played with as much? So during this week, and ideally it should be a monthly curriculum in schools, my ideal vision would see every school have a month of kindness. You're stepping back and thinking, how am I talking to my peers? And how are we emphasizing kind interactions instead of hearing words like stupid and mean? And that's where the teachers and principal do the best job. I just get to go in with my fellow kindness coach and talk about how great kindness is.
Hopefully that learned behavior becomes habit over time, right? I think it's 26 days or something like that. But do you notice on a molecular level that it has an effect on their health and well-being as well? Because it can it not?
Another good question. There's an author and scientist, David R. Hamilton, who talks about the health benefits of kindness. We get something called a helper's high, which is like morphine or heroin in the brain, and it's basically your dopamine levels raise Also, when you do something kind, you produce emotional warmth, and that's oxytocin, and you actually lower blood pressure, and you actually, your free radicals, when you age, you have free radicals and inflammation in the body. When the oxytocin is raised, you actually lower those levels, so it can be said to help with aging. Not just that, our ancestors had to survive by being kind with each other and supporting each other, and we need that. It's in the human genome. And last but not least, it creates a ripple effect. You're kind to someone, you smile at someone, a stranger, they feel, oh, you know, I'm going to smile at somebody else. There's a study in the New England Journal of Medicine, a famous one, where an anonymous 28-year-old person came in and donated a kidney. That was published. 10 other people that year donated a kidney because of that one kind act. It's called the ripple effect.
I always find it interesting how surprised people are when
you're nice
an
to
active,
them?
well, when an active,
Don't they?
Yes.
Yeah, people think there's something sketchy coming around the corner. And you're like, what do you want from me? Yeah.
It's true. I used to live in the Manulife down here, and I'm from a small town, Haleberry, and my husband would say, you're scaring people. And I'd say, what? You're saying hi to them in the morning. They don't want to say hi.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of them,
they're like, what's your game, lady?
what would you recommend to people? Just real quick.
Okay, Random Acts of Kindness Week.
Yes.
I challenge the 4 of you to do, I'll send the calendar into Marissa. I challenge the 4 of you to do 3 kind acts on purpose and report in on the end of the week how you felt.
There you go.
Your endorphin levels will
That
go
we
up.
wouldn't otherwise do.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm not saying that.
Anybody can check it out, randomactsofkindness.org. Steffi Black, she's a kindness coach and advocate. And Random Acts of Kindness Week is all this week. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Nice to meet
That's a lot
you.
of pressure. You can't be mean to anyone.
I am. I talked to my husband.
Cool to be kind. I think that's the problem, right?
Yesterday, found myself in the city near Piccadilly. Don't really know how I got here. I got some pictures on my phone, new names and numbers that I don't know.
I'm Kimberly Fowler with Global One Traffic. We've got